Oh, hello, sexy soul. Alrighty. So, it's been a good day so far for me. I love to go for walks in the morning. It's now not, I know it's August, but I'm not dying in the mornings when I go outside and walk. I go to the lake and everything. I should post some pictures, guys. But so, now that the children are back in school, I get up at, oh, dark moonshine, 5 something in the morning. And so I have my coffee then so that I can focus on the road. So, and of course I am obviously, y'all can tell, I am not the person that needs 50 million cups a day. 1 cup. Okay. So I'm going to try to switch it around where I start doing the healthy drink first. I know that's probably, but so today I've got my banana strawberry chocolate smoothie, because I deserve it after going for that long hike, walk, whatever you want to call it. Okie dokie. Yay. Okay, so we are going to, this is coffee and tarot, right? We just check in with the energies and stuff like that. I try to do a little bit of, checking in, and I was getting nowhere with any kind of a message. It felt like brand new. I was like, ooh, kind of like when you sit down with a friend and they're like, oh my God, I need to tell you something. And you're like, what? And so it's like a whole brand new story. It's like something, and it's just, you're kind of like glued to it. That's the energy that it feels like. And so like, I was like, yeah, I'm coming. I'm going to come and do this. I'm going to get set up and we're going to, yeah. So here we are to find out what story Spirit wants to tell us. And you know what? I'm trying to find a deck that, I'm going to go with tried and true. We're going to go with the Secret Tarot right here. Now this is a copy of it, but this is the first deck I ever had. So mine is actually over in my little safe space, because it's all infused with my energy and stuff. So, but this is the first deck that I ever got way back 24 years ago. Shush your mouth up. So I don't even know if it's still on, because after like 10 years I got a second deck just in case, and it always sat away somewhere, so I decided to finally pull it out. I don't know if you can get it. It used to be called the Renaissance Tarot, hence why it looks the way it, ooh, 6 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Sorry. I make a lot of noise. I talk very colorfully. I'm weird and woo. It's literally in the channel name. So if that's something that irritates you, you may want to just go ahead and move along now. Just saying. Oh, but okay. Grab whatever you got. Your tea, your coffee, your smoothie, and find a spot where you just want to settle in. And let's check in, see if there's a message today for you. We're going to get a message. Let's just see if it's for you. Well, for crying out loud. Okay. Are you shitting me? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okie dokie. Okay, but I'm like, let's go get some details today, guys. First off, when I did that split, it was the 6 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles, and I got the story of like things were balancing out, and that you need to do what you needed to do to maintain that balance once it gets here. So it's almost like being smart with the money. Like when whatever, like something's coming in. 6 of Pentacles is receiving something. Sometimes it's a gift. Sometimes it's just like reaching a place of stability and doing what is necessary to keep that balance. The reason I said that is because a lot of times in the 4 of Pentacles, it is about stability. It's a 4, right? It's about financial, being very comfortable in your finances and not wanting to lose that. That's where that stingy behavior or connotation comes from when you're talking about the 4 of Pentacles. And so a lot of times in the 4 of Pentacles, they depict it like she's holding tight, right? Like onto the pentacles. But this is literally a balancing act. I want you to take a look at this, okay? Balancing between here and managing to stay on top of something here. So it's literally like almost like managing to stay on top of your finances and balance, keeping it budgeted and balanced as it grows. It's expected to grow, and so there's some kind of like discernment, something smart tactics. Okay, there's a better way to phrase that, Spirit. Smart tactics. Not finesse. Oh, come on. I've got a million words running through my head to describe this. You know, it's not none of it. I know there's a word for this. Anywho, we'll move on. Maybe at some point they'll throw me a freaking bone. So, and again, you know, when 3 cards are, let me back that shit up. Okay. When we have, what is wrong with me? The same number of cards on each side of a center card, then the center card becomes the overall energy, and no duh did it come out. So this to me is a little bit like, we're talking about the 6 of Pentacles, which was on the split when I pulled the deck out first. Again, that's like a balancing of the finances. It's almost like all that you've put out and all that you've worked towards, it's like finally you get to receive. Like it is your turn. Because in traditional tarot, or what I call traditional depictions of tarot, you usually see somebody handing something out. One person's receiving while the other one hasn't yet. And so it's all about when it is your turn to receive, and that puts you in a successful energy, right? It's not a hand out, it's a hand up, or, you know, that type of energy. And so, and it's like, usually you see in the depictions, they always talk like, when people are talking about the 6 of Pentacles, because it's almost like if you're really smart with this and use it wisely, you can really let it grow. So this is something about where it's almost as if it's like there's a balance between what you need to be giving out and what you need to be putting back. So this 4 of Pentacles is a little bit like, it's just a really good, smart financial discernment. And how to maneuver when whatever that 6 of Pentacles is that comes in. It is coming in because we got a freaking Page of Pentacles over here. So some type of financial new beginning and offer where, or it's like a new option where finances are tied into it. So that to me is in alignment with the 6 of Pentacles, right? But here is how, like, again, the 2 things, something comes in, but it's weighing up how to best use that. You know, sometimes we go, I gotta be honest with you. I have been places in my life, in situations and phases in my life where sometimes it's like so much. Like if somebody were like, if I gave you this money, where would you put it? I'm like, oh my God, where would I not put it? Because there's so many things I need to take care of right now, right? And so sometimes it's a little bit like, go ahead and take care of some of the things that you need to, but also put some of that back. Like this management, it's like, man, this energy is fast. Holy crap, y'all. Have you noticed that I was in a very methodic gait for about 3 to 4 weeks with the readings, and now all of a sudden this week it's like brrr, I'm just so this is a little bit like people who are building their business, you know, let's use that scenario, and they're having to figure out, where do I best put this, or someone, you know, to keep the business afloat. Like, you know, when you have excess, where do you put that money to keep it growing? But also, you know, it's also about paying your employees enough so that you have the resources and the ability and capability to grow, right? You want the people who are committed to working with you and building that business up. So, you know, or like if you were, let's talk about somebody who has been very lottery winners. We talk about lottery winners, you know, and we see all these stories about how they just squander blah, 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 because they've never had it before and they weren't really smart about where they put it. And it's not about not doing for you and not giving for you. And, you know, no one's saying not to do that. But I know somebody personally who won the lottery, or their husband, whatever. And they have set it up so that this is going to last them a lifetime. Right? And over the course of that, you know, it's not that they do without by any means, but they know where they want to put that. They are very shrewd, not shrewd, but it could be shrewd. Let's use that word, about how they approach their finances. Okay. I'm getting a little bit of, there's a balancing act of, it's a choice in what you're going to do first with that, what you want to address. But I am also getting that there needs to be a choice or decision in regards to the acceptance of this. So this thing coming in, this opportunity that has financial potentiality wrapped in with it, because we're going to leave this pretty vague for right now until they give me some more details. It's a little bit like, first off, there is the acceptance of this. There is the weighing out of, is this the way that I want to go in regards to my finances? Is this what I want to do for my finances? You know, and sometimes you may have two things going on at once. And so it's like, where do I direct my energy? Okay, because this is all about things that are happening, occurring within your material world. This is your life, the lived life, not just your mental realm, not just your emotional realm, not just the pit of fire deep within you, the desire that burns. This is not your internal realm. Pentacles is your external existence, like the actual life we live. You know what I mean? The things you can touch, taste, and feel. And so sometimes we've got two things, and it's really about being able to juggle that. So there may be a decision on when this comes in, how to juggle that. How do I incorporate that into my life, right? Because it does look like it's going to give you some stability, the potential to not only take care of things that you need, but also to grow things, to really grow this. So it's like, this to me would not be the $1 billion jackpot lottery. This would be, you know, oh, I won a portion of the lottery, $250,000. Oh, so what do I do to position myself good where I can continue to grow with this, right? So if we're talking like this is going to come in and you take care of certain necessities now, again, I'm going to give it the scenario of like, you know, the person that's like, I've been without money for so long. I need a car. I need this. I need this. I need, you know, like you really, it's like, okay, yeah, all of that's really important, but let's keep you in let's address the most necessary things. So it's almost like save some and spend some, right? To keep yourself comfortable, because any small business, any business will tell you, not even just small, that there are going to be peaks and valleys, right? Times when money's coming in and times when money's short. So how do we elongate this and grow it and allow it to compound, like keep us in this comfortable energy, right? But again, I'm still feeling like there might be a balancing act to allow this in. So you may have to like pull back your energy a bit and focus on this a little bit more at this point in time. And then you know, because he's got it like a scale. Like I'm kind of like, okay, for right now, to get this going, I'm going to have to really put a little more energy in this and maybe less time in this. And so that's also a bit of the decision when this comes in, right? But ultimately, it puts you in a good position where more can come from it. Okay, so let's find out a little bit about this. Let's see, we're going to... Yeah, I deserve it. I'm getting like, they're telling me it's something very fruitful. It's almost really difficult to say no. So it's not, I don't feel like you're gonna, it's a decision of like you really want to say no to it, right? Because I gotta be honest with you, I'm the kind of person, it's either a hell yes or it's a no, right? It's like it's like if it's a yes, it should be a solid yes, not like a So to me, this doesn't feel like you're waffling on whether you're gonna take it. You're like, oh, this. So if something comes in and you're questioning it, and you're like, meh, and you're almost having to convince yourself to take it. Like if it feels like too much out of alignment, then that's not what we're talking about. This thing is like one of those things where you're like, yes, but how do okay, now I've got to figure out how to do this balance. Let's say you get a new job, okay? And you get kids and you're like, you know, sometimes it's that balance between the existing schedule that you had for your children when they come home from school. You know, some people don't have after school care and different things like that. So you've always had your life set up so that, you know, that you were done with work by the time I got out of school, or where this is something where it's going to require some travel. And so you're like, but I have kids. I can't just up and leave anytime. So it's like, there's a figuring out of where to put this. That's the decision when it comes in. That's the decision, because I do not feel hesitancy. This is very fruitful, and I don't think you can see it from the get-go. Like, I really do. Okay, gotcha, Spirit, gotcha. This absolutely marks the end of a phase and the beginning of a new one, because there's going to be a lot of changes in your material world, as we can freaking tell. Like, this is your, like things that you can see, the routines that you engage in. So, and they're saying the clean slate. They're giving me the term clean slate. Yep, clean slate, Ace of Swords. Whole new trajectory, new path. Wow, it's going to bear a lot of fruit. Okay, we already know that, and it's going to be very successful. Six of Wands, I do like this. You know, the funny thing is, even though there's some kind of balancing act for whatever you've got coming in, I feel like some seeds have already been planted for this. So that's where the story comes in, because the funny thing is, Seven of Pentacles is like having had, put something out there and nothing's really, you hadn't seen anything for quite some time because it was germinating underground. It was, I don't know if this is an idea or if this is something, but it's going to be really fruitful. It may be something where you have no idea just how beneficial this is going to be, because we're looking at the same plants here. This plant is like, whoop, but obviously these little babies are not where they're going to be bearing fruit. They're not going to be getting any vegetables, no sustenance. Nothing's come to fruition, but hey, they broke ground. They're growing. They're doing well. We're using the garden analogy, guys. And so this is pretty much what you can see at this point. So you're not going to see the totality of what this can do for Pentacles, but I do think that you definitely believe it'll bring stability. It's almost as if you can see where it's going to help to bring stability in your life and take care of some needs right now, but you have no clue. Just like you're not really able to tell the level of success this is going to have. Yeah, on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Moon card. You can't see this just yet. Okay, well now I just want to know, or like, what in the hell is this? Let's talk about. So we know it's brand new. This is the odd thing. Yet somehow, in some way, seeds have been planted for this already. And I'm like, you mean like by somebody else or by them? And this doesn't just feel metaphorically. This feels like literally. Something you've done has started. All right, I want a story. Spirit, come on, let's make this. We're gonna do this one. Archangel Tarot. So just know that there's a bit of a rearranging. If you do experience any hesitation to accept this or worry or anxiety because you're like, how am I going to be able to rearrange this? Like, I'm going to have to, this is like literally changing up your focus or being able to like make room or space in your life for this. That might be the only thing that gets you a little, because like I said, the way that you operated in your life before, things are going to have to change. So your schedule, where you're at, something to that degree, and it requires a balancing act between multiple things within your life that need your attention. He ain't putting that pentacle down, okay? He's just determining, okay, where do I need to put my energy right now? And that's a bit of a balancing act. So just know, yes, you will have to do that. And yes, while you can see this is going to bring some stability, you don't really quite catch, 10 of water, the level of success that this is going to bring you. I'm also hearing for some of you, you may have started something, like doing something, and it's not really doing all that, like, it's not that it's not doing well, but obviously this doesn't bear fruit, right? It's just something small. So if you've started a project, a hobby, or doing something on the side, we'll call it a side hustle or something like that, the offer that might come in will help benefit that. Because to you, it's like, whatever it is at this point in time, it's not much. And you have no idea how big it can get. But once this person comes in, that's when it becomes, or this offer, this financial thing, that's when it becomes fruitful. Okay. Yeah, automatically we've got this. 10 of Fire, 10 of Wands. And it literally says down here, too much work, accept help from others. So again, this is a little bit like something coming in. And I feel like you've gotten, for those where this resonates, that this has come in. Two things they're telling me. Okay, sorry, there's stuff. Okay, for those that I was talking about where you've kind of got something going on the side, and it's a baby thing, it's doing something. It's doing something, but it ain't doing. You're going to get some kind of help and assistance. And it's within the financial realm, but it's tangible help and assistance, right? That's what the Page of Pentacles is all about. That's going to help it to come to fruition, right? You're going to have to open up, right? Like, you're at that place where you're going to need other energies to come in to help you grow this. On the other side of this, for those who, where you're going to have to kind of be juggling and things like that, you may be the person that's used to the any hesitations you get from whatever this is that's coming in is going to be because you're like, oh, how do I rearrange my life? And they're like, yeah, I know that you've been doing it all on your own up to this point, and you've been priding yourself in that, but guess what? In order to rearrange your life and make accommodations, you're going to have to accept help from others, right? Don't let things get out of balance. And, you know, it's funny that we talk about that because I think definitely some people in here have family where this would impact, right? Like, it's like you have existing obligations is what we'll say. Existing obligations, right? Things that you can't necessarily let go of. And this could be people, places, all that kind of stuff. And so you're trying to, you know, and it's literally like, first off, can we just say that not everything has to be you doing it? But also, it's like, you know, maybe it's going to turn out better than you think. The reason I said it is we got content family. This is 10 of Water. Everybody's going to be happy in this situation. It's going to end up benefiting everybody, okay, however this pans out. So whatever juggling and rearranging of schedules and your rearrangement of your attention and energy and things like that, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I think that you're going to have people coming in. Basically, the whole point is your emotional, material needs are all going to be met at the same time, okay? So, whatever this is, there's going to be a way to rearrange your life so that you're not feeling overdrained, right? That you're going to be able to get into this stable growth and new path without overextending yourself. So sometimes we think that it's either I'm emotionally happy or I am materialistically happy, because we've been taught that we need to work like dogs just to be able to make things grow and pop off. And whatever this is going to change a little bit of that. They're saying this and that are true. Remember, we always talk about it's not necessarily this or that, it's this and that are true. don't feel like when making the decision, because I got to be honest with you. Yes, I think that you're going to have to choose this. The only hesitation will be because of the rearranging in your life that you're going to have to do, because you're just like, how is this going to work? Like, I'm not really sure. And I don't even think that you're necessarily against rearranging your life, but I think that you're a little bit like, I'm not really sure how this is going to pan out. Here's the thing. Trust that you don't have to do it on your own. Trust that there will be ways to work things out and resources that'll be available to you to, you know, to help you in all facets, okay? As you make this, you begin to rearrange things. You will have success with that. Don't worry about that. And the most important thing is be sure not to jump the gun. Don't say no too quickly because you're not sure how to rearrange things. Sometimes it can feel a little bit scary, because I do feel like your patterns and your behaviors and the way that you go about doing things, or you have been, are going to change up. And sometimes that feels a little bit scary to a certain degree. Okay? And what they're saying is, don't worry about that. First off, everybody's going to be really content. You're not going to overextend yourself by accepting this financial opportunity. It actually will balance things out. You'll have the opportunity to take care of yourself, not take on the entire load, and everybody's going to be happy, okay? Like, just know that. So sometimes the fear of rearranging things and our life looking different will trigger something within us to think that this is too much. I won't be able to do it. And yes, you will. Yes, you will. And the other people that this will impact, they'll be able to do it too. Okay? So, yeah, I think that what they want you to do is take a little bit of time before you make your decision, right? Like, really think about it. Like, you know, allow yourself to play in the field of possibilities. This is something that can be very beneficial for you. Okay? Let's see here. I don't want to overextend. Just really quick, what would you say? Yeah, because we're getting the two different scenarios. And either you up to this point, and here's the thing, you're worried, that's the thing, that's what it is. You're worried that this is going to overextend you because of all the rearranging you're going to have to do. And Spirit's like, your life has been an overextension because you've been taking it all on your own. You've been trying to go at it hard in order to have success when you don't have to go at it hard to have success. Remember, especially for those who have been trying to get something off the ground and start something, they're like, you don't gotta do it like that. So it's almost like, despite the rearranging that's going to have to happen in any scenario for whoever this is, what you've been through has been more of a burden than what you're going to be facing. Okay, because the Ten of Fire goes to the Ace of Wands, right? The Ten of, or the Ace of Fire. This is the end of it being that difficult. And so don't let your mind trick you. That's what we're going to say. Don't let your mind trick you into believing that this rearranging and this new pattern of living and your schedule and things like that, don't let that trick you into thinking that this is going to be taking on a lot and be really burdensome, because it's not. It's not. What you came from was. Okay? Okay. We're going to end it there, because I think that was the piece. I knew something was missing. I'm like, that's the piece. All right. Mwah. Love